And once I bid that out, I will bring it back to you guys, I mean, for final approval and all that, and you'll get the hard numbers.
You think you're close here?
That's pretty, we studied it pretty hard. We all had a little input in that one.
You got the building only $1,700.
We got quote on
Really? How big is it?
10 by 12.
10 by 12.
It's one of
It's a
those
pre-made building.
insulated buildings, metal inside and out with the insulation in the center.
It'll do everything you need done.
Oh,
Yeah, but I can go let you look later, look at it if you want. We got quote on it.
Just,
Now that I've thrown Debbie on the bus, and second, now that they've asked for this money, Debbie's asking for dispatch. The dispatch request, the Nelson County E911 board members respectfully ask this board members to consider an extension of the dispatch line and create an amount of $150,000 to enable us to proceed with the next phase of the Nelson County Public Safety Radio Project. The board will continue to pay the $4,500 a month until we're paying this back now. Jeff and Keith both have attended the meetings. Debbie, you want to explain a little bit maybe what this project, what this $150,000 will be spent on?
Well, Joe Pruitt and the board have talked about this, and we're still in the process of ordering. I think Joe may have already ordered the repeaters from the grant, so that money is taken care of.
$90,000 grant.
90,000, Joe.
yeah.
And the rest of this will be for the tower that we're talking about now. And Joe and I also have a couple of leads this week that.
No, the 150 won't. This tower is a separate issue.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're talking about.
But they're kind of linked together. But
Well, they do get linked together, we hope, so that we can all communicate. But he and I are also looking at some other property for another tower. And then there's the radio portion. There have to be some adjustments made, I think, within the dispatch system itself, the console. We have to add some things. And I guess the other part would be with the radio links, the RF links. Those things, that would be part of this project as well, Joe.
Correct.
And that's what we talked with. We've already given you some information on that as quotes. We estimate it to be, we're looking on the high side, I think, at $150,000. I don't know that it's going to cost quite that much. What was your last quote, Joe? We were looking at 125 or 30.
The radio, to finish the radio grant project, as you all recall, we applied for a grant a little over a year ago using a quote of $756,000. We met with the Homeland Security folks, and that was our project using a 5-tower site simulcast system. Over the last year, we found out that we could not come up with a 5-tower site, especially in the south end. As you recall, we talked about that several times. So we backscaled that to a phased project. Phase 1, which is what we're talking about, is the infrastructure repeaters, 9 repeaters and the associated equipment that came in about $190,000. So we came down from the $750,000. We reapplied that to Homeland Security, and after many debates, negotiation, Homeland Security approved us using our $90,000 for the $190,000 project, which leaves us needing $100,000 for that, plus the associated equipment. So we need $100,000 that we don't have to meet that grant obligation, plus by us backing up and going with the scaled back phase 1 version. As Debbie stated, we need RF link controls to handle those base stations, especially if we put one in New Haven and Boston like we're considering. So that's where we come up with $350,000. We had also in there anticipated on building the used tower under dispatch funds. Now that used tower is not being built, so we're looking at the additional money. And I guess the question comes up, and Judge and I talked a little bit about, is the tower a dispatch expense or a fiscal court expense? So that changes the amount of line of credit that we need.
Well, we do think that it's a dispatch. Well, let me say, I think that it's a dispatch expense because we do dispatch for all of Nelson County and the city of Barstow. So given that, for everything to come together, all these parts to work, it does come down to dispatch being the central hub. To have some, we will need a little bit of additional equipment, but I think those repeaters that we're buying with the grant, I think will take care of a lot of the dispatch portion of that.
So the current debt, what we've already funded is what, at the two?
Well, we have a line of credit to 260.
Yeah.
We currently owe
About 210.
210.
Wait a little minute.
You're talking 210 plus 150?
No, 260 plus 150
For the total.
for our total line of credit.
Yeah, but your current debt is 210.
Right. But we, if you recall, a couple of meetings back, we asked to use some of that money for.
You guys have heard me talk about this before. For 15 years, we have delayed upgrades on this dispatching system. And the buck stops at my desk, because I've been a judge 20 years. We failed to go to the next level, and I think it's time to go to the next level.
Well, the bad thing about it is if we don't do it now, 15 years from now, this will be $3 million.
We all do it. We all put things, you know, you think technology is going to change, you're afraid to jump into something because technology will change. All of a sudden, you've got obsolete equipment. This brings us into, I believe, the digital, Joe. This will all be digital.
We are everything that we have infrastructure repeater-wise will be upgraded with these new repeaters to do analog and digital. So they will be put in place basically to do what we're doing today. And as departments come online with digital radios and their handhelds and their mobiles, they can be reprogrammed to immediately jump over. Initially, we want to get law enforcement on the digital system and get their radios encrypted so scanner world cannot understand what those officers and dispatch are talking on their radios. It just comes through as a garbled.
So you're talking about the total line of credit now would be $410,000.
Yes,
All right, you're going to pay $4,500 a month.
that's about an 8-year payback.
Well, in 4 years from now, most of what we're going to get is going to be obsolete, ain't it?
Oh, no,
No.
it better not be. That's the reason we waited so long.
Keith, we're functioning on radios infrastructure right now that's 15 years old. And, you know, we thought we had the best thing in the world.
Joe, some of them
when we
are older
put
than
those-
that.
Some of the equipment's older than that, but I'm talking about the 5 repeaters that we currently use are 15 years old. And the departments have been, especially in law enforcement, they've been upgrading themselves along for the day that they can go digital.
Planning ahead, thinking ahead.
Every grant that we've got, I just gave out radios at the last dispatch board meeting that we got on a grant that are digital radios. But the digital radios don't do the departments a bit of good if what they're hearing and talking to is not digital as well.
Well, I'll tell y'all something else that talking about the lifespan of equipment. In the last month, we've had 2 significant radio outages. Not from the console, not from the dispatch, but from the external, I don't know the
Conductivity
infrastructure.
to
but
fiber, right?
yeah, we've had some fiber problems. We've had, it's just starting to be a little bit here and a little bit there. But we actually went 2 days with working on handhelds. I mean, it was to that point. You know, business didn't suffer, Barstown Fire, they have some radio equipment that they helped us with as far as paging fire departments and that kind of thing. But it was a scary thought that if something really significant happened, that we would really be in a bind. Also, the phone equipment that we've had in place, I'm sure ever since it's been installed, we haven't updated anything. We're still in the process of doing that. And I've had about 5 or 6 trouble tickets with AT&T in the last 6 weeks. So everything is beginning to it's just wearing out. I mean, that's...
And amongst the county judges that I participate with on a regular basis, this topic is a general discussion.
Yes, it's
Every
every
county is dealing with this type of issue right now.
Keep in mind, when we first started talking about this 3 years ago, what was the estimate? About $750,000 or so initially.
And sometimes the discussion went further than that.
Initially, 4 years ago,
It
when
was
we
over
started
big.
out talking about this, I brought to the court a $1.5 million
Yeah.
quote.
I think when Jefferson County, and when Louisville and Jefferson County did the merger in government, they spent,
They got $9 million.
$8 or $9 million. I was afraid to say exactly what it was. I remember millions.
Well, their radios, or all of their Metro Safe, all of their communications, that whole building, that refurb, everything they did was about $70 million. By the time they did all of that.
You worked down there, didn't you?
Mhm. And equipped all the radios and all the infrastructure, everything, 800 megahertz.
It don't go anywhere, boys, what I'm trying to say.
We spent a lot of time over the last 5 years looking at this, talking, investigating, downsizing, adding to. I think we've got it at the rock bottom, what we can do in phase one to replace all the infrastructure equipment. I'm comfortable that this is the way to go.
I would agree with the assessment. I've seen that.
Can I make a motion to approve the request from
I
dispatch?
got one little question.
Okay?
I'm confused on the $70,000 tire. Is that part of the 410?
Hold on,
No,
Jim, let's
no.
get our motion.
I switched them on purpose.
Yeah, hold on, Jim. Hold on.
I make a motion.
Motion to approve the request to extend it for $150,000 to dispatch board. Second by Jeff. Any further discussion you want to discuss?
Well, I'm just, I
Hold on,
was
Jim.
lost on that
Tell me
70,000.
that's a separate issue
It's going to be paid for by
by
the
the fiscal
fiscal court.
court. We want to have a legislative body in charge of that tire.
Okay.
That answers to the public. All approved, say aye. Disapprove? Motion will carry.
And that tower will belong to the county.
Yes. Jeff, second.
Is that not correct?
What's that?
Tower will belong to
To the
the
fiscal court.
Anything that gets added to it or anything will
Fiscal
be
court makes
above.
decisions. No, well, other than.
That is
Other
up
than
there.
REA.
Yeah.
Right, that is a joint.
And you guys will have a separate contract with REA.
You got two contractors, those guys.
So we're developing that right now. Brandon, we're developing that.
One is a construction contract on who agrees to pay for what, and gonna do what, once we get it built. The second is the lease contract, totally separate.
This would be a good
And that
ride.
lease contract will cover what you're talking about.
Okay, say REA wants to put 5 things on, or 10.
And the initial agreement, it will be spelled out, we're putting X number of antennas at X height, they're putting X number of antennas, satellites, whatever, at X height, anything above and beyond that has to be agreed upon by both parties.
That's
Okay, I agree with that.
But you'll get that approved as a separate thing. Jail report, Doug, Dorcas is out today, and anything we need to know about?
I've got 104 inmates.
But you are operating.
Yeah, we're operating.
There's no, there is no vacancy? Your capacity?
Well, part of those is 104, they're weekenders,
Work release.
work, and we've got some over to Hardin County. Because both driving on females, we've got 5, 6 females over there.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not gonna put you on the spot and ask.
That's part of the.
Your next bid opening for the jail control panel.
Friday, we advertised and opened bids Friday for the replacement of the control panel at the jail. The control panel handles all their doors, lighting, the gate out back, from one central location inside the jail control room. We received 2 bids. You put those in their mail? One from Advanced System Technology for $60,000, including the labor cost, training cost, and equipment cost. And then one from Cornerstone Institutional out of Alabama for $60,500. When we added up their 2 totals of their equipment and labor, it came to $60,500. But on their bid, they actually put $70,500, and then inside their bid, they typed in $70,500. So both the bids met specifications. The one from the Cornerstone gave us an extra year of warranty, but due to the price conflict, I would recommend that court go with Advanced Systems.
We used
Technology.
Advanced Systems Technology before.
Yes, we have on the camera system.
Camera system. They did what they said they was going to do.
All right, I got a question there. You said that the bid says 60,000, but the paper, the agreement says
On
70.
the Cornerstone bid, we added up their 2 totals at 45, 14, and 1. Training cost was $65,100.
35 and 25.
inside their bid, they put
70,000, 60,000. They're still $500 higher anyway, so.
Yeah, but I understand the $500 higher, we get a 2-year on equipment and materials. The $500 difference is only 1 year, and then any labor required during the first 90 days of equipment, the warranty will no longer be additional cost to the owner. So for $500, I don't know if that's
But
the best or not.
we don't know that it's $500. He wrote in 70,500. They typed in 70,500.
Well, I think it needs to be clarified.
Well, we've opened the bid.
Have to rebid.
I would rebid.
We do not have time to rebid.
It would have to be.
This
So
is,
it's just a clerical error on whoever did it?
well, you
We're not sure
clerically
then.
wrote the wrong thing and you clerically typed in the wrong thing. That's a pretty significant error.
Well, I noticed there's a lot of difference in the cost on equipment. There's $10,000 difference. You notice that? Cost of equipment on the first bid, which was the advance, was $45,000, and then the cost of equipment on the second one from Cornerstone was $35,000.
You don't know if they're juggling the numbers, it's like a road contractor, they're juggling numbers and making it work, you don't know what they're doing there. You know what I mean?
There's no itemization. You're just taking what they told you. Bottom line is, we have a justice assistant grant for $45,000. We budgeted $60,000 for the project, and we have till September 30th to have it completed. And we can't afford to wait any longer.
I'd say, I would strongly recommend advanced systems technology.
Can you get more warranty out of it since the other crew was wanting to give 2 years warranty?
Hey, I always have a theory on that warranty. If it ain't worth, if it's not, if they're not gonna give you no more warranty, then I don't understand these warranties.
Let me
you buy out
explain the
these
2-year
computers.
warranty. If you'll read in their bid, in Cornerstone's bid, it says, we will train your maintenance people and give you a list of equipment that you can go to Lowe's to maintain the system on your own.
Exactly.
So in the 2-year warranty, what exactly are you getting?
How come we don't have that? It says here's a 2-year warranty on all new installed equipment and materials.
This is a spreadsheet that I put together for you to give you the highlights. But
You done this?
the spreadsheet you have,
Okay. So
just to
it's
give
not
you a kind of a layout of the land, but if you read
Try
the
to do
bid,
it for you.
Cornerstone's bid is using local parts and supplies and training your maintenance people to take care of it once they've installed it.
I guess the question is Keith and Mark comfortable maintaining this thing? Because that's what's.
Well, AST maintains it themselves.
Okay.
If you took Cornerstone's bid at 60,500 or 70,500, whichever it is, then they train your local people to maintain it after they're done.
Okay.
Because they're out of Alabama, you know.
Right.
You think they're really gonna come from Alabama?
So their 2-year warranty, you have to look deep as to what exactly the
Where's
2-year
advanced
warranty.
at, though?
Evansville.
Evansville.
So we need a motion to move forward on this, correct?
Yes, unless you don't wanna replace the control panel,
I'll make a motion.
to approve but advance. A motion been made for a second,
I'll second.
second by Sam. Further discussion? All approve, say aye. Disapprove? Motion will carry.